Hey everyone, it's Kelsey. So today I wanted to bring you a review of two eyeliner products. And they are the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. And I got them both in black. I just usually wear black eyeliner. I really don't stray away from black. So that's the Stila one. And then I also wanted to give a review on the new Maybelline New York Master Precise by Eye Studio Liquid Eyeliner Pen. So that's what the Maybelline one looks like. So now, both of these liners are very similar. They're generally the same length. They're quite different in price, however. The Maybelline one is around $7 to $9 and the Stila one is $20. So I really wanted to put both of these to the test to see if it's really worth paying $20 for a liquid eyeliner. And so I kind of expected the results that I got, but I don't know, I was a little disappointed as well. So first of all, let me talk about the Maybelline Master Precise one. So the cap clicks off like that, and you're left with a really fine point felt tip. And the color, whenever it goes on, is just so pigmented and so black. Can you see that? It's really nice. It creates this, the tip on this I love because it's so skinny and so little. You can just create the finest little lines ever. And you can get right up there, right beside your lash line, and just draw on the thinnest line ever. And I like that it's felt tipped because I have a little bit of a problem with the eyeliners, kind of like my Lorac one, the front of the Line Pro, because this one has a brush tip. That's actually a brush tip right there. And it's a little too flexible for me to, I mean, I like this liner, but it's just a little too flexible of a tip. And then other liners, kind of like my Carbon Black Liner Intense, I feel like I don't have as much control with these as I do with a regular pen. So I really have gravitated towards using these pen type eyeliners with the felt tips on them. I've found that they're the easiest to create a cat eye with, which I've been wearing quite a bit lately. But I'm still trying to figure out the perfect technique, which I know how to do it, but it takes a lot of practice to be able to figure out how to do it really well. But I figured out that these are the easiest for people that don't really do them a whole lot and they want to start doing them. So these are the best kinds of liners to use, in my opinion. So anyway, I've actually found that this is not as good as the Stila one because I did test them out today. It's fairly hot today. I've been sweating a little bit. I tried them without a primer, nothing on my eyelids whatsoever. I have really oily eyelids. And so I tried them without a primer because I wanted to see them just as they are, just to see exactly how well they work. So I applied my makeup about 8 o'clock this morning, and it is now probably close to 5 or a little after 5. And so I applied the Maybelline one on this eye and the Stila one on this eye. And you may not be able to tell much of a difference here being this, you know, with me being in a camera, but I can tell a huge difference. First of all, like I said, this is the Maybelline one. I do have a little bit of creasing up here. Like the liner has kind of smudged into my crease as the day has gone on. It's a little fainter than the Stila one. There's a little more smudging to it. If I wiped my eye, I could see a little more smudging to it and it'd come off on my fingers. So this is not a bad liner. This is actually a really good liner, but I guess it's not good enough for you to use it all day without a primer. Now I have used this with a primer on before and it lasts amazingly well. But if you're just a really minimalist type of person and you don't go through putting on primers and stuff like that and you have oily skin, this one may not be the liner for you. This may smudge on you a bit, it may fade as time goes on, and you may have some of the same issues that I do with it kind of coming off onto your eyelid or something. That said, the Stila one has held up amazingly well. It smudged just slightly, but it has not faded quite as quickly as the Maybelline one, and my lids are completely clean, my creases are completely clean, so it has not kind of rubbed off on there at all. And this liner is basically the same. It clicks off. If anything, this one has a shorter felt tip to it, and it's a little stiffer for a little more control, so I think I actually prefer this one over the Maybelline one. So there's a swatch of them side by side. The Maybelline one's on the bottom, the Stila one's on the top. So you don't have to apply as much pressure to get the Stila one to go the way you want it to. You can feel that spring action in here, which I love because you can really know that it's shut. This one, it doesn't have as much of a spring to it as this one does. With both of these, I did not experience any dry out with them, meaning that while I was applying it, I didn't have to put the cap back on or shake it up or anything like that. Didn't have to do that whatsoever. So as far as, you know, having a continuous flow of ink onto your eye, they both work really well. But I actually like this one a lot better because the tip is shorter and it's a little stiffer. It stays all day. It stays black all day. It doesn't have as much fading or smudging or anything like that. And I just really like this one a lot. So if I had to recommend these, this Maybelline one is a really good one, but if you want something that is going to stand up to water, to your oily skin, to the hot summer months, then I would say get the Stila one because it really is a good investment. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you and everything like that. I hope it, you know, kind of gives you a little info about both of these. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.